Hi, this is Doug Johnson of ASG. Welcome to No App Left Behind, completing your content transformation to the cloud. Now, if you're like a lot of organizations, your corporate and IT roadmap probably looks something like this. You're complying with regulatory pressures and by managing sensitive information while still empowering processes. You're looking to deliver efficiency gains, improving productivity via business process automation and integration. And you're also looking to create engaging user experiences. Whether it be customers or partners or employees, you want to have delightful user experiences across any device or context. And also, you have lots of content in your organization, much of it unstructured, and you're looking for ways to create intelligence to drive cost reductions, reduce risks, but also help in some of those other areas that we discussed, from creating user experiences, efficiency, and so on. And the cloud is a key place and technology approach that you're looking to help achieve all of this by getting faster time to market while also reducing IT debt. Now, delivering on the potential of the cloud is really hard. We've experienced in talking to a number of customers and various large organizations worldwide, these are 4 areas I wanted to highlight. One of them is lack of prioritization of which applications to move to the cloud. There's just so many of them. What's the approach that you want to take? And that approach is complicated by that second area where there's a coherent strategy that's needed, and it's really hard to figure out how to reuse existing data while retiring the right systems. And this is complicated by all those factors because of oversimplification of the connections and customizations that exist between existing systems. And then also, within all of these things, you have an opportunity, but it's also challenging to raise your compliance levels while still achieving that agility that you're looking for. So, of course, many organizations either today have a cloud-first mindset or that's where you're aspiring to be. That's where your organization's moving. And, of course, this simple picture looks attractive. Well, you have premise-based systems, simply move it to the cloud, and you're done. Well, we all know it's not that simple. And let's take a deeper look. That simple picture on the left here really shows that it's the thing in the middle that is a little bit more reality for most organizations. You have multiple out-of-the-box clients, you have internal and customer-facing portals, and many API experiences and other custom integration that's involved, whether it be to different content systems, line of business applications, imaging systems, and where information might be on shared drives, and many other sources. Many of these systems either don't run on the cloud today, or their roadmap doesn't match the kind of pressures that you're experiencing. So as we look at systems that might not be ready for the cloud, these are some common things that we see that are gaps. One of them is that there's embedded business logic in many of the systems that you have, and it's costly to replace. You can't just kind of rip it out and without having another project on your hand. You just thought you were moving something to the cloud. All of a sudden, you're dealing with that custom business logic. And that migration itself can be a very cumbersome task. You have to reintegrate the information and the systems, and many of these systems are brittle. The amounts of data that they have can be quite voluminous, and then also there's unique formats that are involved, and it's a real project. And then also there's specialization that's involved in many of these systems, whether they be specialization of performance, security, or other factors. These have to account in your cloud migration strategy. Now, the other thing that's really involved in a real challenge for organizations is, again, one of the chief reasons you're looking for the cloud is also that business agility, but at the same time, you need to be compliant with things like the CCPA out there and GDPR. These issues are more important than ever. And of course, your organization has the responsibility to identify where customer information resides, maintain data for the needed business duration no longer, and if you keep it longer, it's actually becoming a liability, not an asset. But then, of course, you need to address and request to deliver, hold, and dispose of customer data. You need to track access to personal information and trace disposal of customer and employee information. Now, of course, this happens with structured data, but unstructured data is critical to that area, and this is where that costs versus complexity and challenges between compliance and agility really fit into. And do you have to choose just one? Well, what you probably want is something like this. As you modernize to the cloud, you want amazing user experiences, where you're transforming the way that you interact with customers, partners, employees, and have a strategy that brings together new experiences with your existing ones. You're probably looking to have an efficient business process approach that lowers your error rates and improves the automation. And this does it by seamlessly realizing information throughout your organization and reducing human efforts wherever possible to streamline interactions. And you're also probably looking to up your compliance game. With that, you want to apply information governance in the cloud, but also on-prem and wherever that information might live. And you want to understand where that sensitive information is, how to apply consistent policies wherever it might live, and overall have control over your information. Now, to support that, this is what ASG has been doing for many years, and we have a product called Mobius that I would like to share a little bit about today. One example is where we have a leading dental vision benefits administrator that has used Mobius in this type of use case where they're moving to the cloud, but yet they have existing systems they need to tap into, and they really needed to deal with some of the complexities that we previously discussed. In this scenario, the agents and members could view claims and deal with systems in the cloud, but also touch back to existing on-premise systems and tap into user experience improvements like search and dealing with many different systems, including those that are federated, those that are managed by Mobius, but maybe existing systems like other content management systems and beyond. And Mobius does this through many ways, and I would like to go ahead and share a little bit about what we've been doing recently. ASG with Mobius has the ability to deal with personally identifiable information wherever it might live. We can scan other content sources, shared drives, things like SharePoint, and also enterprise file and sync share drives where you have information that's unstructured and bring it through some scanning technology where we can understand what data you have and flag that sensitive pieces of information. We can then bring it into a management facility that allows you to have services like redaction and drive workflows and automation through that information. And the benefit here is that you have control and knowledge around all those compliance challenges that we saw earlier. Now, Mobius does this through an entire ecosystem of capability. Everything from data mining capabilities that can go through and extract information in unstructured sources, to integration and federation type services that reach out to information wherever it may live. And then we have a series of capabilities around distribution, content management, workflow, and information governance. These are the kind of services that we bring an entire ecosystem to modernize, govern, and transform business processes. To that end, though, I would like to just briefly talk about some of our latest innovations. We've recently enhanced our versions of Mobius to include new information governance services, federation, and other content management services. Let's take a quick look. One of the powerful areas of Mobius is its ability to have policy management. Policy management is available through an easy-to-use, low-code facility. And that policy allows you to have the entire surface of information, whether it lives in Mobius or beyond, to have a single set of roles to know who can access what, where is that information, and how is it secured as it goes through different workflows and business processes that you're supporting. In this release, we've enhanced this policy management facility to include a new role-based access management facility to allow you to more easily distribute who can manage those policies. So what this does for information managers is it allows them to give access to different departments to own different types of data. And this allows you to scale your information governance practice, and it's really a great cost reduction. And continuing with this type of capability, we've also added to our existing federation services. So we can reach out to other sources to search and find information, and we've added to our abilities to have redaction to other services. And this is very powerful because it works with that policy engine I was talking about earlier to add that security cloak. So if there's a particular class of information that you want to make available to internal employees, or perhaps a partner ecosystem, or even customers, you can automatically provide redaction services to the right person at the right time and have great control and ease of scalability for the type of practices that you're looking to secure information. And then, of course, this release has also done an amazing job of continuing the trend that we have around Mobius and its ability to fit well into hybrid cloud, cloud native, and then also traditional deployment models. And the beauty is that we can do all of those at the same time. And the recent work we've done have enhanced our ability to run in Kubernetes and have the type of scalability and modernization that customers are looking for, but it also fits into deployment models that you have today, tapping into the existing systems and the new architectures that you're looking to put together in the cloud. And all of this is wrapped around our standard REST APIs. And the beautiful thing about this is, as you look to integrate content in the cloud, we provide all of those security policies that I mentioned earlier, whether it be redaction or who can access what kind of data, and having an event log around all events that occur in the system around one API that can access any information in the organization. And this is what we've been doing with Mobius Content Services, helping organizations decrease compliance risks, increase productivity and flexibility while reducing those costs with things like Docker and Kubernetes support, but also fitting into the reduction of costs around helping you with compliance in other areas. And that faster time to value through some of the tooling that we talked about in terms of low-code facilities for policy management, helping you scale your information governance practices, and then improving that operational performance by having a full ecosystem of content management services to tap into. I hope you found this information useful. We'd be happy to share more information with you. And good luck in completing your content transformation to the cloud. Have a great day.